So I am finishing up the Raven. This drink is really good. It's velvety, it's smooth. There is a pumpkin taste. It's not a very strong taste. So if you want a really strong pumpkin taste, I would add more pumpkin to it. I doubled the pumpkin, but I had a very strong chocolate flavor too. But it's really good. Got a little bit left of the Raven here. Wow. So this is a really good adaptation of the stories of Edgar Allan Poe. There are 5 stories in here. The Telltale Heart, which I think is a pretty creepy story. The Raven, the Cask of Amontillado, the Mask of the Red Death, which is really illustrated well, and The Fall of the House of Usher. And I had not remembered The Fall of the House of Usher. It must have been a long time since I have seen that. Some of the drawings in here are just excellent. I love the artwork. When the Raven first comes in, that's really cool too. There's a really wonderful drawing in The Fall of the House of Usher that just shows the character's struggle with his sanity, I think. Here, this one. I looked at that as I was reading it for like 5-10 minutes. It's just amazing. So, if you like Edgar Allan Poe, or you're interested in reading Edgar Allan Poe and you haven't yet, spooky season, perfect time to start. I highly recommend the stories of Edgar Allan Poe, the manga classics. If you read it and you like it, why not try the original Poe stories? I have liked Poe for years. I just really love the Edgar Allan Poe stories. If you want to read something classic, but you don't necessarily want to delve into a whole story or set of stories, this Poems, Bewitched, and Haunted is really cool. We don't carry it in our library system, so I did have to request it through an interlibrary loan. And it was so funny because the book came in today and I was like, wow, that's the book I wanted. I wonder who ordered it. And it was obviously me. It's just a book of poetry for, well, obviously, Haunted and Bewitched. And it has different categories. There are different chapters. So there's chapter Hags and Beauties, Dangerous Procedures, Dangerous Venues, Dangerous Wooers, Other Apparitions, Ceremonials, A Choice of Ghosts, The Lighter Side. So, very cool. I am planning to read this over the next couple days as well. Sorry that this ended up being 2 videos as I was cleaning up some of the stuff downstairs from the pumpkin spice hot chocolate. The camera shut down, so I had to start a second video. If you are looking for something to read while you're enjoying the Halloween season, let's just take a look at a couple other books. So we'll just talk about a few of them here. If you want to go classic, Dracula, this copy is illustrated, so there are images in there as well. That is pretty cool. I have not read Dracula yet. I am going to be reading it. I think we decided to read it next October. I've talked with people who have read it recently. A good read, different than you'd expect it. If you're looking for something with ghosts but a little milder, City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. I actually like this whole series. City of Ghosts is the first book in the series. The second one is Tunnel of Bones, I think, and the third one is Bridge of Souls. I haven't read the third one yet. If you want something that is like fairy tale-ish but a little different and kind of creepy, but not too much. The Hazelwood, I really enjoyed this. I read this. It had to be summer or fall of 2019. And it's just a fresh take on fairy tales and folk tales. And if you want something gothic, but not necessarily Halloweenish, I'm going to suggest Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And I know that sounds a little weird for the spooky season, but a lot of people think of this as a romance, and it's truly not a romance. I mean, there are people in it who love each other, but because of their life circumstances and perhaps their self-absorption, that love gets twisted into something else, and at least for one character, kind of turns into revenge. So those are all good books to read if you're looking for something for the Halloween season. I'm going to be back soon. We'll talk about what I'm reading in November. If you want to give the hot cocoa recipe a try, definitely. It's the first time I've had pumpkin hot cocoa. This is the first year I've been interested even in pumpkin spice anything. One day I really wanted pumpkin spice something, but with what I am allowed to eat and what I'm not allowed to eat, it's hard to find something. So adapting recipes so that they work for me and that they're healthier is perfect. The dark chocolate made it really chocolatey. I probably could have cut back a little on the chocolate, but it's velvety, it's smooth, it's perfect for the fall. So, until I see you next time, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you will join me next time when we will learn what I'm reading in November. Until then, thank you.